Ladies and gentlemen, at the point of making this video, we have about 50 days until the end of summer, and I'm here to challenge you to make the most of it. We all have this ideal version of ourselves where we are early risers, gym goers, book readers, spiritually mature, and all the rest. But there never seems to be enough time to actualize all of these things. I mean, for many of us in uni, we spend 8 months in school, studying, reading, working, and then we come back during the summer trying to relax, have fun, and recoup for the next semester. The only issue with this is it creates a never-ending cycle, sort of like a rat race, where you work during school and then you rest while at home, only to repeat the same thing. And you find out at the end of your uni days or after a long period of time, you've never really made anything out of yourself. We hope that luck would favor us at some point, but the truth is, that's not how life works. So I'm here to challenge you, as the title suggests. Instead of having fun, instead of relaxing to the degree that you normally would, that you would sacrifice this summer, and I promise you for the next 50 days, you will be better for it. So now that you understand the need to sacrifice this summer, there is still the what to do, right? Because many people have the intention of, oh, I do not want to sleep my summer away, I do not want to sleep the remaining days away, but then do not really know how to carry it out. So here are 6 things that you can do to transform your life by the end of these 50 days or by the end of the summer, depending on how long yours is. Number 1 on my list is set a goal. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I've already made a detailed video on how you should re-engineer your goals and how SMART goals might not be the best way to go about this. So I would link that video up here. But the idea is that you should envision the kind of person that you want to be. All right, so if you want to be someone that wakes up early, envision that. You want to be someone that goes to the gym, envision that. You want to be someone that reads books consistently, that has a very thriving business, a thriving spiritual life. Envision all of these things. All right, and I would like to point out that this process is not really what's going to get you there, meaning that you're not going to sit down for 10 minutes or 20 minutes every day envisioning yourself and that's what's going to happen. It never works like that. The purpose of this is just to prime yourself, prime your brain into seeing that it's actually possible to achieve all of these things and just have a clear goal, have a clear vision. So that's the first thing that you want to do. What exactly do you want to achieve? And I would like to advise not to set a plethora of things, all right? Just set a couple things that you want to achieve and then we can move on to the next step. But like I said, if you want to get a detailed video on what exactly you should do as it pertains to setting goals, you've set goals in the past and they have not seemed to work, I will link that video up here. It teaches how you can reverse engineer your goals and you can just watch that immediately after this video. The second is to find resources and begin consuming them. By resources, I mean YouTube videos, I mean books, I mean podcasts, I mean courses, whatever resources that pertains to the niche that you want to go down, you need to make sure that you find videos on that. So for example, if you want to start a business, you could start reading books on finance, you could start reading books on business. You want to grow in your spiritual life, you can start listening to more sermons and all the rest. The idea basically is that there are people who have done the thing that you want to do and have succeeded at it. So instead of you trying to develop or invent the wheel, right? Why not just follow people who have already done it? So instead of trying to invent the wheel, why not just follow people who already have? You don't need to follow them down to the T, all right? There are courses online, there are books of the things that you basically want to do, all right? So get them, consume them, take them in. I personally am a very big fan of books and then paid courses, all right? There are a lot of free courses on YouTube and you can do that if you do not have the resources to get paid courses. I just like courses on Udemy, Coursera, all the rest, because they are structured and you have like a community in which you can ask questions. But like I said, you can do well with free courses on YouTube and all the rest. But consume. The disclaimer that I would like to add to this point is you find out that a lot of people get these resources and now they are so obsessed with consuming that they never implement. All right, they are always reading books, they are never taking action, they are always watching videos, they are never really following through with anything that they see or they do. They are just taking in and never really putting out. So I have a video on how to avoid that. All right, I think the concept is mental masturbation, where you keep learning and you never practice out anything that you're doing. So I will link that video up here. You can watch that immediately after this one. So that's 2 videos you have to watch. Right, we go back to the third step, and it's to create a schedule every single day. All right, and in addition to this, you could have like a countdown till the end of summer. Currently, I think at the point of making this video, I have like 46 days or 45 days till the end of summer because I have been counting down from the start. The reason you should do this is because it primes your brain that there is no time, right? That you need to be very urgent to what you're doing. I remember when I started this, I had about 90 something days. I was talking to a friend, yeah, we have just for something days left to actualize all the things that we had set down. All right, so I was like, wow, just for something days, okay, we need to put in the work and all the rest, right? So it primes you to understand, primes your brain to understand that there needs to be urgency in what it is that you're doing. So now the purpose of creating a schedule is so that you have a structure, so you're not doing things haphazardly. All right, so if you have a schedule every single day, say you want to become a great programmer at the end of the 3 months, right? You have a schedule every day. You say that, okay, every single day I'm going to program for 2 hours or 3 hours and whatever the rest. Maybe you have other habits, like you want to, get better at reading books. You want to start waking up early. You need to have a day-to-day structure. Every single day, create a schedule. At least on the days that you can, try and create a schedule and try to follow it down to the T. One of the things that helps me is I add a time to all the tasks that I need to do. So I'm not just saying, it's not just a to-do list. It's like a to-do list with time, with like a deadline to it. So wake up by maybe 7, 8, 9, whatever the case is, eat for 30 minutes, shower for this long, pray for this long, read my Bible for this long, watch coding videos, yada yada yada, right? So have specific times for all of these things, and hopefully you can create a better structure for all the things that you're learning and implementing. Then number 4 is to block out distractions from time to time. When I mean block out, I don't mean putting your phone on D&D. I mean block out completely. And that could mean going off social media entirely, all right? And I say time to time just in case you cannot do it. I mean, my advice would be go off social media for the entire summer, all right? But if you're like me, then that really is not possible at this point in time, right? I have lots of responsibilities in school, so I can't really go offline for more than 3 days or 4 days, basically, right? So as much as it is within your capabilities, try to block out distractions entirely, right? I have a video where I went offline for a year and a half, basically. I'll link that up here, the things that I learned and all the rest, basically. But the idea was, I was not in school, right? So it was very easy for me to do that, but then there was so much productivity that could happen because I'm focusing only on my goals. So as much as it is within your power, make sure that you just block out distractions entirely, maybe for a week, maybe for 2 weeks, maybe for a full month, all right, and just double down on your goals. Then the 5th is journal your process, either publicly or privately. And I would like to add that I prefer that you journal it publicly, right? Because what it does is you create like an online CV, you create an online portfolio, basically, and people can go along your journey. I remember when I was trading Forex, I think 2 or 3 years ago, can't remember now, I would sometimes make videos and put it online, basically, so people can see my journey. Even the times where I failed, right, I would post that online just so people can follow along my journey, and then they can learn and I can share with people, and it also helps you to be very accountable, right? And that's the whole reason that I have this YouTube channel. It's basically to just put the things that I'm learning on here. Hopefully it can help 1 or 2 people and all the rest. Like, I'm really not bothered so much about the follower count, subscriber count and everything. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? But it's more about sharing my journey, sharing my process and the things that I'm learning. I'm about to start a new company and I will be sharing that very soon, all right? But try and journal your process. It doesn't have to be on YouTube, it can be on Instagram. It doesn't have to be on Instagram, it can be on Twitter. I share my coding journey on Twitter. It can be on LinkedIn. You can have a newsletter, whatever it is, just try it because it helps with accountability, and at the end of the day, you'll be better for it. But if you still do not agree with anything that I've said or you don't want to do that yet, then you can journal privately. So you can have a journal, whether it's a physical journal or an online journal like my Notion, right? But basically have a journal, and then it helps with accountability. What are the things that you're learning today? What are the things that you are doing, right? How far have you gone? Are you making progress? Are you stagnant? Are you moving backwards? You can go through your journal. Oh, on this day I learned this, I knew this, now I know this. On this day I said I was going to do this, now I've achieved that. So it helps to track your progress, and I think this is one of the most important steps in this 6-step journey. Then the final I would like to add is have periodical reviews. All right, it's not enough that you journal, right? Because you could journal for the whole summer and never really go back to it. But have periodical reviews. Have times and seasons in your life where you check through your notes. Okay, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is how far I have come, right? It basically helps to know if you're making progress at all, helps you to know what to adjust and all the rest. If you need to stop doing a particular thing, you will get that from that, right? You will be able to track metrics, know what to add, know what to subtract and all the rest, and it will help you get to your destination a lot faster. Now, following these 6 steps, I almost assure you that at the end of these 50 days, you'll be unrecognizable if you follow these steps down to the T. These are things that I have practiced, these are things that I have done, right? And I believe that you'll become a different person if you can double down, if you can put in the efforts, and if you can just put, just sacrifice the summer, basically. Sacrifice the playtime, sacrifice, the rest time, sacrifice times that you're using to sleep all through, all right? And just make sure that you're making the most of it, taking the most of it. So when you get back into that hustle culture, trying to read and all the rest, that you at least have something that you can begin to build off of. I'm not saying that this is what's going to make you the best version that you want to be or anything like that, but at least you have a foundation, you have something to follow through, you have something to build off of, right? And at the end, like I said, you'd be better for it. So I'll be here next week, still sharing my journey, still sharing my process. I'm rooting so much for you. Whatever your goals are, you can plug them down below. If you need advice on anything, you have questions, I could also help you with that. Don't forget to watch the goal setting video on reverse engineering your goals, basically. Next, we're going to be talking about how you can plan your life, basically, right? If you feel you're in a rut, if you feel that you have so many things that you're doing, but you are not really making any progress, we're going to learn how exactly you can, reinvent the wheel and how you can get back on track. So till next week, take care. Bye.